Alright, here's Brad. So doing good with reach forward, stable body position. Your head is staying nice and level. And your stroke is pretty even as far as left and right. So those are good. One thing you can work on as we go along is notice how when you're reaching forward there's a pause. So it's like a reach and then a pause there. When you're doing an Ironman, that's going to be okay because you kind of want to conserve your energy. If you decide you want to, do more speed work and stuff, you're going to want to eliminate that pause as much as possible. So you would reach forward as well as you can, but then when you can no longer reach forward, you start the stroke. And then here, if you recall, we were talking about rotation. So you could rotate more a little on both sides. And the way I advise people to do that is to try and really, extend the shoulder, the forward shoulder, as much as possible, and at the same time you kind of pull the finishing arm or finishing shoulder back a little bit. So that puts you a little more side to side as you're swimming along. So that does work on a little bit of streamline as well as the extension. The reason you want to get a good extension is so that with each stroke you pull through as much water as possible. Now you're doing pretty good with the left arm reach. That right arm is crossing over just a bit. See how it goes? Well, it's actually both of them are kind of going right in front of your head. You want your arms to stay off to the side, so when you're reaching forward, try not to reach directly in front of your head. Try to reach off to the side a bit. So left arm to the left side, right arm to the right side. Now underwater, you might remember this, you have what's going on is a little bit of an elbow slip. So when you're pulling through, your hand and your forearm are not going vertical or perpendicular to the bottom of the pool, and that's how you really create the leverage in order to pull yourself forward. So your stroke here, this stroke will totally get you through Ironman in probably an hour and a half or so. But you could get faster just by refining the technique. So the high elbow catch is ultimately what you want to try and work towards, and the way you do that is by working on reaching forward, and then you kind of rotate your shoulder inward, so it's like a shoulder shrug and rotation, and that'll help prop your hand and forearm into a vertical position. Now here what you look at is the line that you're pulling back. You're doing a real good job here of your arms pretty much just going straight back. That's what you want to do. Only thing is to move them off to the side when you begin the stroke.
This is thinking about extending and reaching, and then part two, just keeping those arms off the center. So just keep them off to the side a little bit. Now see the difference in the reach that you're getting here? This is good. Now obviously you have to work at it when you're reaching forward, but you get two benefits from that. You get the one, your lat and your back muscles are stretched out, so they'll want to retract, which helps aid your stroke. And part two, if you can get a good catch angle, you'll get more leverage, more water per stroke or distance per stroke. So this is pretty good. So work on this a lot.
And then here at the end, just have some underwater freeze frames. So pretty good. Extension could be a little better, could be a little more on your side. And then your arm sort of drifts downward a little bit, so not getting a real pull there. And then this is what I'm talking about, the angle of the forearm and the hand. So that's, at that point you would want the hand and forearm to be kind of straight up and down, so the elbow is leading the stroke back. So that's something to work on underwater. And then you got a good follow through. So a lot of the improvements all going to be on the front end of the stroke. And then here, again, it's a pretty good reach. Could be better. Rotation to the side could be a little better. And then hand sort of drifts downward a bit. And then looking at the hand and forearm angle, you want that again to be straight up and down. So both arms, work on one arm drill, catch up drill, and just keep trying to get that elbow higher. Extension will help a lot, and then just keep working at it.